Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is Truck Guy Joe. It's a beautiful day in Pennsylvania, clear skies. I have a job to do with the John Deere tractor, so I figured since I'm going to go through the push-ups of hooking everything up and getting the tractor loaded, I might as well try another fuel mileage video. About 2 years ago, it was June of 2017, I posted a video of this truck pulling that tractor just to see what it would get for fuel economy. A little bit of city, a little bit of highway. The video got decent views, a lot of comments, a lot of questions, a lot of suggestions. So seeing that a few years has gone by, the truck's a little bit older, it's got a few more miles, but I have made some improvements. So seeing that those factors are what exist today, I figured what the heck, let's go out and do another fuel mileage loop to see if this truck will get any better mileage based on what I've done to the truck. But there's also some differences from the last video. We'll talk about those as well as far as how much weight we're going to be pulling. Okay, so here's a shot of all the RPO codes from inside my glove box. You can see the vehicle identification number there, but most importantly, we got to pay attention to the L18. That's for the 8100 for the big block. The next one in line is M74. That's for the Allison 5-speed automatic. And then also pay attention to GT5. GT5, that's for the 410 gears. So that's what makes this truck unique and special. Is not many of these trucks are the L18 8100, and of the big blocks, not too many of them are the 410 rear axle ratio. And then also pay attention there, VYU, Victor Yankee Umbrella, that is the factory snow plow prep package. And obviously you can see Z82 as well for the tow package is important, good to have for a truck like this. Oh, hey, don't forget G80, locking differential. Everybody talks crap on that G80, but it's been good to me, hasn't failed me yet. Now that we've gone over the DNA of the truck, I want to go over some other background items that I didn't address in the last video. And one of them is basically going to be the tires. So this truck does have an oversized tire. That's a 295 75/16. The factory tires on this truck were only 245 75s. I mean, they were tiny. They barely filled up the wheel well. But if you think about it, that little 245 with the 410 gives you, better low-end grunt. The shorter tire takes less effort, less energy to get moving, to get rolling. It takes less energy to make that tire go around one time. So by putting a taller tire on, yes, it could help me interstate on as far as mileage goes on the highway. Miles per gallon, the truck just cruising down the highway, it should run at a lower RPM with a taller tire. But from a launch and a takeoff, it can hurt you a little bit. But I like the look of bigger tires on a stock truck, and that's what I went with. Truck is not lifted, not even leveled. It is sagging a little. The truck is old. I've used it a lot. Springs are getting a little bit tired. But something about the truck also I want to let you know is I've completely gone through this truck since the last video. This fall, right before plowing season, and I only put 1,000 miles on this truck this winter. That was it. It barely went out. So in the fall, when it was due for Pennsylvania state inspection, so as of November, I had it inspected in November of 2019, so you can see my sticker's good till November of 2020. So since then, this truck has been completely serviced. All the driveline fluids, transmission, transfer case, front diff, rear diff, external filter, internal filter on the Allison. It's had plugs, wires. It's had a fuel filter. I cleaned the mass airflow sensor, did an air. I mean, I know I'm rambling, but I completely went through this truck and gave it everything it needed. And then also, if you saw my last video, I got the exhaust on. So I do have a brand new takeoff exhaust put on. It's all done, welded up, looks great. So the reason why I'm talking about all the updates to the truck is we're going to see if that's going to improve mileage, but we have some things that might hurt the mileage. This situation here, we're towing more weight than last time. This is an Anderson trailer, 14,000 pound. In the previous video, I used my Maritz. My Maritz is a 12,000 pound trailer deck over. This trailer, the I-beams are bigger, it's longer, it's heavier, it's just a bigger, heavier trailer. 14K, it's built like a beast. And also on the tractor, I've got the ballast box. Last time, no ballast box. I just had the tractor itself. So the ballast box right there, I'm gonna tell you, there is ballast in there from a rail car. That thing is heavy. I'm gonna tell you about 1,500 pounds. So I'm curious about this video. Will the improvements on the truck, being all the maintenance and fluid and service, help offset the extra weight? So will I get better mileage, will it be the same, or will it end up being worse? I guess we're gonna find out. I just wanted to show you a quick shot of the trailer from the last time. Seeing that it's still kind of jammed in here and it has equipment on it, I don't want to go through the hassle of pulling this one out and taking everything off, so I'm just using the Anderson instead. But here's the Moritz, and basically you can just see just from looking at the you know, the I-beams on this thing, the C channel, it's not as heavy as a trailer. It's not built as heavy as the Anderson. It's a 12,000 pound trailer, still stout. It's a good trailer, but just not as robust as the one outside. I do like that this has the split ramp. That's a nice feature. I do use that from time to time, depending on the size of the equipment go on and off. But this trailer definitely not as heavy as the one we're going to be using. So let's see what kind of effect that has on the miles per gallon. If you reference those gallons and that price to the end of the time lapse, I did do the top off to 32nd. So the tank is full, and we're going to reset the trip just to make sure we can calculate all the math once we're done making the round trip. Okay, so the tank is full. I reset the trip. So now we can go ahead and make our rounds, do the loop, and come back to the fuel stop, and we'll do our calculation. I thought I'd give you guys a shot of the dash. I'm on the interstate. I am using the cruise control. It's set to 55. Transmission temperature is right about 150. Engine temperature is about 180. Last trip I went about 53 miles. I'm almost finished with this one. I'm gonna go a little bit over, so when I get to the fuel station, we'll get it all figured out. I didn't do this on the last video, but I thought I'd like to just let you see where everything's at when you're cruising. RPM versus mile per hour, temperatures, etc. And let you see that I do have the tow haul on. I don't know if you can actually see it, but it's up here. Okay, so we're filling up. Came right back to the exact pump, exact same station that I was at the first time, just to rule out any inconsistency of one pump versus the other. So here's where it stopped, and we're gonna go ahead and do the top off. Okay, so here's where we ended up. Exactly 8.7 gallons, and I traveled 55 miles. Okay, so we're all topped off, tank is full. I traveled exactly 55 miles. So here's the math. 55 miles divided by 8.7 gallons of fuel. Would you look at that? That's basically the same mileage I got the last time, and we're pulling more weight. So can we attribute that to the maintenance, that I changed all the fluids and spark plugs and cleaned the mass airflow sensor, etc.? It's very, very possible. You know, we got about the same mileage, pulling more weight, you know, with the heavier trailer, with the ballast box. Could I say it was a little more interstate driving? That's also a possibility. I may have done a little more interstate than in town, but it's safe to say regardless, the 8.1 is a gas hog. It's a pig, it's thirsty, it passes everything but the gas station. But I still love this truck. I bought it new. I'll never part with it. It's a great tow rig. Yes, it doesn't do what the diesel can do performance-wise and mileage, but nothing like old-fashioned, old-school, big block power, and this truck has it. Hey, thanks for watching, everyone. Any questions, comments, leave them below. Looking forward to what you have to say, and we'll see you on the next upload. Take care.